Staff report.
AG Single back with another YT video, man, and today, as you can see by the title of the video, we are on week 6. 2 more videos left until we are done with the BMT series, man. Now, before we start this video, I just want to give a quick moment of silence to everybody that's at Pacer Forge right now. Let us bow our heads and do that. Alright, man, so look, as you can see by the title, we are in week 6. We got the EOC this week, and we got Pacer Forge. So we're going to be covering that in today's video. And I'm going to give you my experience, what happened. Also some tips, maybe, you know what I'm saying, some story times of what happened when I was at Pacer Forge. Because some stuff happened at Pacer Forge, and yeah, man, it just wasn't a great time for me. So, but before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all the new people that have been subscribing to the channel. We're coming up on 2,000 subscribers, man. I appreciate y'all so much. 2024 is going to be a good year for me and for you. One last thing before we get into today's video, man. I am officially done with MQ. Basically what that means is I'm actually going to start flying out and doing my job. Real life flights. So I'm going to be in the airplane up in the sky doing my job. So make sure on the lookout for more day in the life videos. I'm going to be investing into a GoPro soon so I can bring you along with me on my flights. And it's going to be a good deal. So I'm excited to have that going and bring you along with me for that. So starting off, we have the EOC because that's what I did first. So we're going to cover my EOC experience, what had happened, and kind of how they break it down. So like I said in earlier videos, your whole squadron is broken down into sections. So it's one big squadron, but they have different sections. So like I said, you'll see one section doing something, and on one day that you won't do till maybe a couple days after. So they got it split up so where y'all's schedules are not overlapping. So half of the squadron went to Pacer Forge like on Monday and Tuesday, and then the other half stayed behind to take their EOC. My section stayed behind to take the EOC. So that whole day, your EOC is brought up of like all the classes you take during BMT. You'll have many lessons that you go into the classrooms, and you'll learn different types of information about the Air Force and just little categories that they have that you have to cover and attend to in order to pass. And so say you go to medical for whatever reason and you miss a class, your MTIs are going to send you down to take the class, even if it's with another section, just because you have to take those classes to take the EOC at the end, and it's just a part of the curriculum that you have to be there in that class and get credit for it, because all the classes you take in BMT go to college credits. I don't know if you do some research on it. Every class you take while you're in BMT goes towards a degree of some sort. So yeah, you're also getting some hours while you're at BMT, which is a good deal. But like I said, those classes that you take during BMT correlate to the EOC. So while you're in those classes, make sure you're taking those notes. They're gonna have foot stompers, so to speak, while they're doing those lectures. If they're, you know, good instructors and they know what they're doing, they're gonna have some foot stomping moments. And those are the parts where you want to make sure you take notes. You have your journal, so make sure you take notes of that. And when you get back up within dorms, make sure you look over the lesson and like I said, make those flashcards, notes, and just keep in mind that you're going to be testing on that in the EOC. Me personally, leading up to the EOC, I was just studying every note I had in my little flip book I had. Alright, man, so I got it. So this is literally the book. I don't know if it's still the same brand or whatever, but this is literally the book they gave me. A little journal they gave me on the first day we got there. You see I got some scribbling. Don't be drawing class, because if they catch you, you're going to get in trouble. So, you know, I have some scribbles on there. Have my little name and everything. Keep this with me still. I don't know why I still got it with my personal bag, but it's in there. So as you can see, got some notes in here. Can't really show y'all all that, but got notes. As you see, your boy is a big note taker. Just from every lesson we had. I don't know what this is for. Oh, this is for when you're learning all the ranks and stuff like that. I had that in there. Some more notes from lessons. But yeah, you get the gist of it. So basically, they're gonna give you one of these journals when you get there. Bring it to you. Don't forget it. Take it with you to every class. Make sure you're taking those notes. They're gonna have the foot stompers. Make sure you write those down. And also just meet up with some of the people in your dormitory. Make sure y'all go over some of the notes y'all took if you're still having trouble. But most of the major stuff they're gonna give you time to write down and make sure you get those notes so you can study on later for the EOC. Now, for the actual EOC day, like y'all know, if you've been watching my videos, I was in Alcatraz, and so we had to go all the way to Disneyland to go take our EOC. And when I tell you, everybody literally gasped when we got to Disneyland because we've never seen nothing that nice, all right? Alcatraz, if you're watching this video and you already graduated, you know Alcatraz is Alcatraz and Disneyland is Disneyland. You know what I'm saying? It is a major difference between the facilities there. It's like literally a college campus compared to, like, I don't know, a shack outside in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? So we get there, everybody was like, bro, they're living like a 5-star hotel. But I'm not gonna lie, they did have some. We went into the restroom. I had to use the restroom, right? I had to use the restroom real bad. I go, and there's literally a puddle of PISS on the ground in the bathroom. So even though it looks good on the outside, when I went there, I don't know if we just had a bad plumbing or something, but there was literally a puddle in the men's bathroom just covering the whole floor. Like, you had to jump over a dang lake just to use the urinal. So it's pretty bad. But overall, from the outside, it is nice. So like I said, we go to the Disneyland to take our test. You get only a specific time to take it, but during this week, actually from the start of the week, your boy started feeling sick. I was feeling sick, and what was the crazy part is I was not sick the whole time at BMT. Usually in the first couple weeks people get sick, whatever. I never got sick, and just the start of the week I had a runny nose. So while I'm taking the test, my nose was running, but you can't leave because you gotta finish the test before you even go to the bathroom. But I thugged it out. I took the test. I think I got like a high 80, not enough for honor grad. So after, I was kind of bummed out about that. All right, guys. So like I just mentioned just now, the honor grad. I'm just go over some of the criteria just in case for those who are wondering, like, hey, look, I want to be honor grad. You know, I'm going to go big or go home when I go to BMT. So I'm going to just let y'all know what the criteria is just in case you want to meet the standard or you have in your head what you need to accomplish for that. So the honor grad is only for the top 10% of graduates that are selected. So like in your flight. So to meet the requirements, you have to receive a satisfactory grade on your RLA, drill movements, reporting procedures, rank recognition, rendering courtesies, the M16 trainer weapon, dress and appearance, FEST, principles of first aid and CVRs. So what first aid is, principles of first aid is when you go outside. I think it's like in the 4th or 5th week. I don't know if I mentioned that, where you have to go outside. And then you have to apply like a tourniquet, all that stuff. That's also like a PC kind of thing that you do when you have your class for it. That wasn't too bad. Make sure you just don't miss that class because then you have to take it and it's like a big chunk of your day. M16 trainer weapon, it's when you go to CADM, or no, it's actually when do we take ours? I think we were in our classroom when we were doing our rendering courtesies and rank recognition. Reporting procedures, where we did our M16 trainer weapon. We all just sat on the ground, had our trainer weapons out, and then we had to take them apart and then reassemble them. So do good on that. Your RLA evaluations, I already went over the whole RLA thing in one of my earlier videos, so make sure you go back and watch that. RLA is, you know, a big one. You know, you can go, the less, you know, discrepancies you have, the more points you're gonna get for it. So try to get as low as possible. I only had 1 on mine, so really all I needed to do was get a good grade on the test, and I probably would have got honor grad, but it is what it is. And then attain a minimum fitness composite score of 90% or higher, and the final PT evaluation honor graduates are authorized a special town pass on Sunday. So yeah, basically got to be like acing everything on your RLAs, your PCs, you know, ace them, get at least a standard score on them. Your tests, you got to get at least a 90 or above, and you'll be probably selected for honor grad. So your boy did not get it. Honestly, I didn't know many people that did get it after we left, and not time to throw shade if anybody did get it, but nobody really was praised for it after you left BMT. So if you want to go for it, go for it. I encourage you to do so. You're already there, so might as well do your best while you're there. And yeah, just try your best and see what happens. But that's gonna wrap it up for the EOC. Your boy, like I said, I got like a high 80, so it took me out the race for honor grad. I will say, take your time. Make sure you're reviewing leading up to the EOC, because you don't want to be that guy that misses out and has to go back and retake it and maybe get recycled because you failed the EOC. But it's not likely. I don't think anybody failed in my flight. So that was a blessing, man. So just make sure you're taking it serious, looking over your notes, and you'll be just fine. I promise you. Alright, so after the EOC, your boy was preparing to go to Pacer Forge. It used to be called Beast Week. If you go look at the Air Force's page and you watch the series, what they did in their video series was Beast Week. So while you're there, I think they did Cadam while they were there, Seaburn. Everything happened during that week. Now it is Pacer Forge from what I know. So I'm gonna just let you know kind of how our day went, and then so like I said earlier, they split up the squadron. Half of the squadron went to Pacer Forge like Monday, Tuesday, and then the rest went on like was it Wednesday and Thursday. So like I said, I was the later group, so we went on a Wednesday. Now I told y'all earlier I was already sick from the start of the week, and your boy was not feeling it. We was lining up in the morning, getting ready to take off, and I just had like the worst running nose. I was coughing, and like it was just bad. So I already knew I was gonna have a good like a really bad time. So I was like just preparing myself for the worst, honestly, because there was nothing I could do. I couldn't take no medicine for it, and we were already about to leave. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna see what happens. And on that day, it started to get real cloudy and rainy, which played a big factor later on, and I got truly blessed. But we're gonna get into that later on. And so the other people came back. They had their patches, so you're gonna see them with their patches. I think they got their like Air Force patch, so you're gonna see them when they come back. You get the Air Force patch, and that was pretty cool because that's like one of the few patches you get on your uniforms. So that was pretty cool. So then we left, and we get there, and I'm not feeling good. You go to supply. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show some clips. I'm gonna be popping up clips here and there about the whole process. So you get there, you line up, then you go get your equipment. So you'll have your bag, you have your weapon, your trainer weapon, and honestly, that's what you're carrying around with you like the whole day almost. And my shoulder was giving out, bro. I was switching my trainer weapon from shoulder to shoulder because I was just like feeling weak and like drowsy, bro. I could not focus. So I was not locked in at all. And then they started briefing us about like what was going to happen, how the day was going to go. And then when you're there, they kind of tell you have to set up the base, whatever, and get your security and secure the perimeter and all that stuff. I'm gonna show y'all, like I said, I'm gonna show a clip so y'all can kind of understand what I'm talking about. So like when you were doing your first security lesson, like in the earlier weeks when you're doing like rear proceeding, whatever, you're just like monitoring with the gun, you're gonna be doing that. And then so while they're briefing you, you kind of setting up base, and then out of nowhere, some random people like, hey, can I see your gun? Like you'll see them, they're gonna be on like in a go-kart. I remember I watched somebody hand over their gun to them, and then they drove off in the go-kart, and like, yeah, he got jacked. So I was like, oh, so it's going down. So everybody's scrambling, trying to secure the base, and they have the people in the go-kart running and taking equipment, and we're also like, I was just standing back, I was like, I don't even know what to do right now. Your boy was just like, dang, that's kind of tough. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And then, so it was kind of chaos from the start. So that was kind of like the beginning of it. They started coming around, taking equipment, and they kind of stopped after a while, after we kind of got our, you know, stuff together, and we started like stopping them, be like, hey, put your hands up, whatever, and they would drive off and leave us alone. And then came time for the actual like threat bombings, or like if there was going to be a bombing in the area, we'd have to go in the little bunker, and then we had to go account for tragedies and stuff like that. And it was just all of a sudden, like, it was just really crazy. Like, we'd have to run the bunker. I was literally in the middle of eating my food. I was so hungry. I did not eat all day. I was in the middle of eating my MRE, and the little siren goes off. You're gonna hear the little siren like something, phase, mock, whatever. And then you have to run the bunker. You have to take accountability for everybody. And just in there, I just remember being like so hungry. I was sick, and it's all dusty in there. And I was just like, bruh, this got to be the worst. This gotta be payback for me not getting sick the whole time I was at BMT. And so I was just waiting for it to be over so I can go back outside and get some fresh air. So we would have to go outside, redo it, and then we did that a couple times till we finally got it down, and then it was good from there. So you're gonna end up doing it more at night when it was like time to go to bed. And after we got it down, it was time to go to the obstacle courses. Now that was kind of the fun part, was doing the obstacle courses. We didn't get to do all of them. It was just you and your flight. And y'all were just going around doing a little walking the trail and doing the obstacle courses. My favorite, I would have to say, was the one where you're gonna be on like a little slack rope and you're kind of just shuffling across. It's one of the later ones. We didn't get to do all of them, unfortunately. I believe they used to do them. They used to do the one where you get to swing across the pool, but I don't think they do that no more. It just depends. They didn't have any water in the pool when we went, so I don't even think they do that drill anymore. But yeah, so the obstacle course is pretty fun. Your MTIs are gonna be like laughing because like you do the one where you're upside down, you're crawling. That one was pretty fun. So they're gonna be having a good time. Honestly, it's not that bad. It was just bad for me because I was sick the whole time, so I didn't really get to enjoy it like everybody else. I was like finding my own battle on the side, like really dying out there. But it was pretty fun for the most part. And then it came nighttime. Now in BMT, you get this habit of sleeping at a certain point or going to bed at a certain time. So when it was time to go to bed, you still got to do like the EC monitor shifts. You still have people patrolling and walking around. And not even 20 minutes after I fell asleep, the mock thing goes off again. And we have to go right back down to the little bunker. And I'm like half asleep at this point. Like I don't even know what's going on. I'm scrambling trying to put on my clothes. I actually went to bed in my whole clothes, like the little plates and everything. Like I didn't get undressed because like there was no time for me to like get up and put all my stuff back on. I literally fell asleep with everything on. And so people were scrambling trying to put their stuff back together, but me, I was smart about it. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna fall asleep in this. And it kind of helped me out in the end because when we had to go back down the bunker, your boy was ready. So like I said, we headed back down. Everything was good and went smooth at that time. And during this time, it was getting more rainy, more cloudy. The winds were picking up. So like I said, the weather, when the first group went on like Monday and Tuesday, they had very hot weather. I heard there was like a couple people that passed out. So we almost got lucky in the sense that we went when it was like stormy. So after we went down in the bunker, we came back out. Everything was cool. So after we left the bunker, they gathered us up and let us know that we're going to be moving. So we had to pack up all of our things that were in our little barracks. So we packed up everything and we had to go to the main lobby building where you come in and you do your brief for like CBRN and all that. So we had to sleep in there at night. And if y'all don't know, that building is dusty as heck. So all we had was our sleeping bag, and we literally, there's a bunch of us, you know, huddling up and just falling asleep in there. And it was, like I already said, I was already sick. There was a lot of dust in that building, so it was just a rough night all around. And there's another group that had to sleep in another room, whatever, like a little auditorium they have there. They had to sleep there. And it was raining all night. It was cold. And wasn't the best experience at all. I was just ready to leave. I was already tired at that point. And luckily in the morning, we came together again. They were meeting to see if we were going to keep going and pushing out and staying for as long as we should have. So after they did that, came to the conclusion that they were just going to let us go. So we ended up leaving very early that morning. And I was just happy. At the end of the day, I wish I could have stayed. But at the same time, I was sick. So I was like, thank you. Let me just go back to my room and sleep. And so after that, it was pretty much a good day. And that was the last thing we had to really do. We already took the EOC, and Pacer Forge was the last step for us in order to go on and graduate. So we're all excited on the way back. And really after that, it is a cruising point. It just, you're already at the, you know, finish line. You maybe got a couple days left. And I'm going to get into what week 7 is and what you should expect going into week 7. It's going to be a very quick video, so I'm going to be closing out this series soon. It's been a long journey. Your boy's coming up on his 1-year mark, so it's kind of crazy that I took this long to get this series up. But regardless, I'm gonna have that video out soon for y'all. Hopefully y'all appreciate this video. Y'all like it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe like always. I appreciate any new sub. And yeah, we're on the road to 2K. We're almost at 100 subscribers away, so make sure you subscribe. And yeah, I think that's all we got today. Así como we out. Peace.